Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from our third day of coverage at the Singapore Fintech Festival. Joining us for this segment, we have my colleague, Virginie Barbot. She is the Managing Director of Southeast Asia Pacific for Nasdaq Market Technology. And we're here to talk about the trends that we're seeing in the ASEAN market, particularly around customer trends and what we're seeing in the exchange space. Jenny, it is great to see you as always. Welcome back to Trade Talks. Before we get into what's happening with market technology in ASEAN, give us a macro view of what's happening in the environment here.
Sure, thank you. So in ASEAN, we represent about 9% of the world population. And interestingly, we are actually on the position of the fourth trading potential globally. So it's actually quite a sizable item. So we have a young and growing population. It has a sizable workforce, which is about to peak in 2045, which is going to be about 3 decades just after China. And all of this growth, this high disposable income from the middle class is really driving the investment capabilities from deposit to investing in actually securities. And all of this attraction is also looking at foreign investment, looking at what's happening here, and it increases capital flow coming into the region. So overall, most of the exchanges are focusing on cash equity, but they're looking actually to grow into derivatives and be able to capitalize on this and grow of capital flow coming into their market.
And that's great background, thank you for that. Share your views on exchange technology in the Southeast Asia Pacific. What are some of the regional trends that you see?
Sure. So typically, the marketplace is looking at moving from their legacy systems into modernizing their items. And about what we were saying before, this increase of capital flow meaning that they have to increase and scale their capacities. So it was very well done and it's very, very robust. But to increase that capital flow and completely the fair and transparent market, they need to invest into modernizing their item and scale. So overall, investment is key. They're also really worried about the TCO because if you're doing investment, you do not want to increase your fees for your domestic market. So there is definitely a need for modernization. We're doing a lot of work for our clients and we have invested a lot into our platforms to make sure we deliver faster. We are really focusing on the TCO side and we're being mindful of their members. So providing a really fit for purpose solution strategy.
Let's talk more about customer trends. What are some of the ones that you're seeing within the ASEAN region?
So consolidation, simplifying the architecture is obviously the tenets of it. Making sure that the solution is fit for purpose for the international players that are coming in. That are the biggest tenets as well. One of the items that conversation that comes quite a lot in play is education and training. Education for definitely the investors, domestic investors, but also education within the workforce that works for the FMIs. There is a need obviously to have succession planning and how do they attract new talent, because the technology that they're using today is going to be quite different from the technology tomorrow. The use of cloud, the use of infrastructure is very different to look at it. So how do they actually manage that pipeline of talent? So we're having a lot of really good conversations around that.
From your perspective, why has Nasdaq Market Technology been successful in the Southeast Asia Pacific region?
So at Nasdaq, we like to say that we're fabric of markets. We are also a tech provider, but we also owned we are an SRO, so we actually own marketplaces in North America, in Europe. We own CCP, we own CSDs. So when we have those conversations, we can tell the clients we have done the technology for ourselves. It's battle proven, it's ready to use because we've been using it ourselves. So we have this peer-to-peer conversation that comes in with also having this technology provider angle coming in.
As you look ahead to 2024, what's next for the business?
I think we're looking at really focusing on alliances. There's been this year some interesting trading link being put in place. So in ASEAN, it's all about the partnerships, alliance discussions around where can we complement each other. So there's a lot of really successful trading links, for example, coming from Singapore with Thailand or with India. So really, I would expect an increase of alliances and partnerships coming through.
All right, Jenny, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. And thanks for joining me from Singapore. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you.